Hello everyone, today I'll be showing you how to insert parallel effects using Pro Tools 10. Now the first thing I want to do is just show you quickly, I've just got a basic track here, organ, drums and a Moog synth. And that's basically it. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is just configure our bus setup. So I'm going to go to setup, go to I/O. Now I've already got all of my buses selected here for this project. So all I want to do is just rename this bus over here. Just going to double click on that and just say reverb aux. There we go. Click enter. Next thing we want to do is set up our auxiliary track. So I'm just going to hit Command Shift New. Click on mono, go to stereo. Select my auxiliary input and say create. Just want to move the track up to here. Rename my auxiliary track. Reverb aux. There we go. Okay, next I just want to go to my mixer. It's just easier to work in it. It's going to say Command equals to open up the mixer. And now we can basically start setting up our sends for each track. Now, luckily Pro Tools already configured for post send effect. So this bus will be post fader and not pre fader. So we can just click on our first send over there, select our reverb aux on each of our tracks, and over there. And that's basically it for setting up our reverb aux buses. Next thing we're going to do is go to our reverb aux track, select our input, click over there, go to bus, select reverb aux. So now everything's pretty much routed to do a parallel effect on each of these tracks. Now I'm going to put the plugin on my actual reverb aux track. So we can just click over there, go to multi-channel plugin, select. I'm just going to use this Air Reverb Stereo for this tutorial. I've already got some presets over here. You can just click over there. Just go to Concert Hall. And that's basically set up. Alright. Now, the first thing you got to realize is each of these buses will be at 0. So if you play the track now, we won't hear anything, even though our reverb aux track, if we go over here, even though that's at unity, we won't hear anything because our sends aren't sending any information to this track over here. So I usually just start off by soloing each track and just hearing what the reverb's doing. And another thing I like to do is just select solo save for my reverb track. Solo save basically allows you to hear what the auxiliary is doing while you're soloing any one of these tracks. So I'm just going to hold in Command and select that S over there. You'll see it becomes a light gray color. That means that anytime I solo one of these tracks, I can still hear what my auxiliary track's doing. So let's just do that over here. We'll start with this organ over here. Just have a listen. Select my bus. Just play the track. Let's bring it up. So obviously, as you stop the track, you can hear that there's a nice reverb tail over there. And another thing to remember is always to have your mix at 100% or completely wet. Some plugins have a wet-dry setting. Make sure it's completely all the way to the right. Make sure it's very, very, very wet, if you can put it that way. Turned up all the way, because we'll basically use the bus send over here to control how much reverb we're going to have next to the track or running with the track. Okay, so all I'm going to do now is just solo each of these tracks and just have a listen. Create some nice space over there. Just go to my Moog tracks, reverb send, solo that. There we go. You can just have a listen back to these tracks. So solo it. And that's basically it for creating auxiliary tracks and parallel effects on your tracks in Pro Tools. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.